Hello people, happy new year guys. Welcome to 2023. I've really enjoyed my holidays, I hope you did as well. Thank you all for the love on our channel. Thank you all for sharing, for liking, for subscribing to our YouTube channel. This is encouraging, we really love the engagement. Please keep it up. Continue to share with your friends, your family. This video might just help somebody, and that's what gives us joy. We want to help as many people as possible. Please continue to engage with our content. I'm begging you. Thank you. Okay guys, but before we get into the topic of today, you really need to check out our last video on sprint planning. That will give you the good base to actually follow through this next important agile ceremony, which is the daily scrum or the daily stand-up ceremony. Now we will be talking about the purpose of the daily scrum. We talk about the stakeholders expected to attend the daily scrum meeting. We talk about the frequency, which is really important because daily scrum is one of those agile ceremony where you constantly be doing almost every day, really. So we'll talk about what to do in daily scrum, what not to do, and we'll just discuss practical example of what happens in daily scrum. So follow me in this video. I'll be sharing all the tips. You might want to ask what purpose of daily scrum meeting is. Daily scrum meeting is to inspect your progress towards iteration or sprint goal, right? So it's really important that we inspect how we're doing, to achieve the sprint goal. Remember, during sprint planning we talked about the sprint goal. Please, if you've not checked that video, that's why it's important to watch it, right? So when we know the goal we're working towards, depending on our sprint length, now we need to also remember that all agile ceremonies are time boxed, right? For the sprint, the daily scrum, it is for 15 minutes, right? There's a reason to that, there's a science to that. It is important to stick to the 15 minutes so that we don't bore everybody, simply put, and you don't want to derail from important discussions. And what really happens what do we talk about in daily scrum? We talk about, what we did yesterday, right? What we did yesterday towards advancing our iteration, right? The second point is, what are we going to do today, right? What are we going to do today? The third point is, are there any issues or impediments that we need to resolve, right? This is where another core value of your scrum, which is to be open, right, it is at play, really. So you need to be open about all the blockers or issues that you've experienced or you're experiencing, so that way we can collaboratively resolve those issues, right? So the next thing is, you might want to ask, who are the stakeholders really in your daily scrum? Now, the stakeholders are mainly the development team, your scrum master, your product owner. You don't need other external or business stakeholders meetings, so that you can really stick to your time box, your 15 minutes, remember. So the development team take turns and talk about those 3 points I mentioned earlier, which are what you did yesterday, what you are going to do today, or if there are any issues, you talk about it. And then we want to talk about what you should do. What you should do really is to stick to those 3 points, right? What you should not do is to derail and talk about maybe one issue and deliberate about it. The meeting is not for you to resolve those issues in that 15-minute time box. It's not possible, because if you dwell on that, then you extend the time and then it frustrates everybody. Nobody wants to start the day, having discussion about to resolve an issue. We just talk about those issues, like note them, but we don't dwell on them in the 15-minute daily scrum, right? Another thing, that would help people not get bored of the session is to keep that session in that time box frame. So, and how to do that is, again, not to dwell on issues, not to talk about point or things that are happening or resolve conflict in that session. So it's important not to do that. Right, in talking about issues, right, if somebody raised an issue that you somebody in the team probably just have an answer to, yes, by all means you can just give the answer, move on. These are things that probably would not take more than 1 to 2 minutes. But once it's something that requires effort, you need to take it out of the sprint daily scrum so that you can have that discussion and resolve it and save people's time. Now we'll be talking about the scrum guide interpretation of what should happen in the sprint. Right? The scrum guide says that the scrum master should not attend the sprint, should not attend the daily scrum. Now that is far from reality. The reality is that the daily scrum, as a scrum master, you probably have to drive the session, facilitate the session, right, until your team attains that maturity level where they've imbibed agility so much that they can run without the scrum master. And sometimes I think I recommend you as a scrum master to actually be there, facilitate. You might not really drive the session. Like scrum master said, development team should drive the session, but facilitate, pick out points or things that development team are doing that is not really in line with agile, the scrum guide. You can coach them to make things better, right? So it's very important that you're there and you're very active. So that's how you show value. And also the scrum master can, maybe in initial stage, again, until the team achieves that maturity level, share your working board, like your Jira board, sprint board, or your Agile DevOps Trello board, as the case may be, depending on what the organization uses, so that you can really focus on the sprint backlog. So practical example would be, for example, development team is speaking to a work item. You're sharing a script. That's if you're working in a remote setting. You're sharing your board. You're speaking, on that specific work item. Where are we on this work item? What have we done? Is it completed? Is there any other? Are there issues or blockers? I also encourage people to, on the ticket, document progress so that anybody can actually see where we are. And remember that our sprint board is also a working document, so it's important that any stakeholder can just go to our sprint board and see where we are in terms of all the work items, have that visual interpretation of where we are, basically. So we go around the development team talking about each work item in progress or otherwise, and then we try to note all the issues and discuss them after. And the last point here in terms of what you should be doing in sprint planning is also to encourage your team to be open, collaborate. Don't typically you see that the development team would probably encounter an issue the day before and try to come and resolve it during the daily stand-up. Like they might face an issue during the working day and just wait till the next daily stand-up to resolve those issues. Now, as a scrum master, you really need to encourage the team or coach them to immediately document it, let the team be aware of those issues so you can resolve them, and not use your daily stand-up event to trash out issues or seek resolution in that sense. Yes, we talk about impediment during the daily stand-up, but don't make it the culture of the team to wait till the daily scrum before they can raise issues that are impeding their progress. So it's really important. That's really important. And that's what you most likely experience your day-to-day. You really need to frown on that as a scrum master and encourage the team to do better. So thank you all for watching, and it's been amazing, and I wish everyone productive 2023 together. Please subscribe to our channel for more useful content. We are really committed to helping people kickstart their IT careers or transition, as the case may be. Please engage with our content. That will encourage us to do more and release more useful content. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.